Good morning, y'all. I hope y'all are doing well. Happy Friday to you. Yeah, I'm coming to you with another off the cuff, which I love doing in the mornings, and it brings a smile to my face because I can sit here, talk to y'all, and just be candid. And I like to lay that out every Friday. If you're new to this channel, this is what I do on Fridays. And if you've been watching for a while, thanks for coming back and hanging out with me early in the morning. I guess it's not super early, it's 6 o'clock now. Uh, I don't know. Maybe that's early to some people. I'm not sure. But yeah, so something I've been wanting to bring to y'all this week. Uh, it's actually been something on my mind. So lately, if you've been following along with my Sunday evening series, talking about walking in faith or rolling in faith if you're in a wheelchair. Um, so if you've been following along with that, it's been, in a nutshell, it's been about just getting your life in order, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. I haven't actually gone into those specific topics, but in a nutshell, those are areas that you can get your life in order in with something. And so, with that said, um, that's what I've been like going through the series, and something that's been kind of cool. Life throws curveballs, and I'm not talking about like something has happened recently that's thrown me a curveball, but when like the Lord, just the way that He allows things to be, He gives you the ability to make decisions, and it's just a really neat thing to experience. So, to bring you into what I mean by all of that, because that seems very vague, right? um, so, as I've been talking about getting your life in order and bringing structure to your life, something that's been kind of cool, like to learn. Typically, I would be a little more closed off to this idea of kind of playing with the structure. And I'm someone who really needs structure, and I think a lot of us out there need that too. Just because, how often do we hear about ADHD and people not being able to focus and having a lot of anxiety or depression? Something that really helps with that is structure. You're not doing something that you could do. And adding some guidelines to your life really brings some stability and some surety. I'm someone who needs certainty in life, myself, relationships, and ultimately my relationship with the Lord. That's something that He brings me as certainty. And so, with that said, one of the things that I've been tweaking with my structure, my routine, my morning devotion times, and workout times, and coffee time. That's important. Anyone who knows me personally knows how I love coffee. It's important to me. So I was tweaking my schedule. I recently started going to a different church, and they offer, community groups and uh, men's Bible studies and things like that. It's cool stuff. But it's like around the time I'm getting ready for bed, right? And that's, you're like, come on, dude, you can live a little bit, stay up late every once in a while. Well, I did a test run. I trialed uh, this whole month of January. I stayed up late. And if you follow along with these off the cuff videos, you may have noticed that there were mornings that I um, was pretty exhausted. I was like so beat coming on this thing. And that was really just me tweaking my schedule, a lot of it. I'm typically very wide awake. Um, when I first wake up at 4 in the morning, I have all this energy and then I add caffeine. So anyway, I was tweaking my schedule to in attempt to be able to stay out later, and I had to weigh out the pros and cons. I was talking to a friend the other day, and it's like I was telling him, they're both good things. Like waking up early feeds me, and I'm so nourished by spending time with the Lord early in the morning and just starting my day just accomplishing. And I'm working on growth by working out, things like that, working on my relationship with the Lord. And it's the first thing I like to do early in the morning. And that's cool. There's just something special that feeds me about it. I don't know. I mean, some people can do it later on in the day. I personally like to do it early. So with that said, I was like, okay, well, community is really important too. So how can I attempt to get into this new community and make it work for me, because I had another friend who was offering to, you know, help me along in getting to this group, this community group with men. And so I did a test run where I was like staying up late. Like, I'm noticing me staying up later, I'm slacking, but I guess abandoning my other responsibilities, or not really responsibilities. I guess you could call it that. It's working out's being responsible with your health physically. My spiritual responsibility with communicating with the Lord and hearing Him through reading His Word. Yeah, like I was abandoning my times with the Lord. They were like falling off, where I was like not as passionate to read His Word. And that feeds me. It really does. And so I'm like, well, community is great, but I really need this other thing too. So how can I do both? So I made the decision. I am not gonna go to bed late. Like make that a regular habit, because I just can't function. I have sleep apnea, and I don't even know like how much sleep that my body really needs. But all this to say is, have some structure to your life in a way that it feeds you and it doesn't take away from you. And it, more importantly, points to the Lord and glorifying Him. But be okay with tweaking your schedule, your routines. And if it doesn't work out, don't beat yourself up. Figure something else out. So I can encourage you with that and leave you with that little good nugget this morning. I have been getting back on track with everything, like um, my routine in the mornings, drinking more water because I like was slacking even on that, where I drink a lot of water first thing in the morning, and so I was like, man, like I'm. It's because I was so sleepy that my mind wasn't thinking about the things that really fed me, and water did too. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you're nourished and fed by whatever I said. If you were, like it, share it, subscribe wherever you're watching this, and leave a comment below if you're led to ways that I could pray for you. And thanks. Tune in again. Bye.